Welcome to Popcorn Talk, featuring movie discussion, news, and interviews. Popcorn Talk, we talk movies. And now, here's Popcorn Talk's The Con Guy Comic-Con Prep Show.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to The Con Guy Comic-Con Prep Show. We are coming at you a little bit differently tonight for obvious reasons. We are doing some social distancing, but everybody is here tonight. We have a very special show tonight. The coronavirus has kind of thrown all of our lives completely in every different direction, and we're going to talk about it tonight. Who do we have on tonight's show with us, guys? Let's start with Derek.
Like we'd be at the table.
Yeah, we're not at a table. It's hard to know what order to go in. I'm Derek Sams. I'm a contributor to theconguy.com.
Katie?
I'm Katie. I am on social media for The Con Guy and all sorts of the person communicating with you guys about things and stuff lately.
Ben?
Hey, everybody. It's your old buddy, Ben Kliewer. I'm an actor, comedian, occasional contributor to The Con Guy. And people always ask me, Derek. Derek?
I think you should just say it because, like, this teleconferencing thing is a little hard to do the banter.
Houston,
but,
Houston,
wait, hang on.
Why
Hey,
do you wear
Ben,
that? Why do you have that cup?
Thank you. I was going to ask that.
I'll tell you why. Because whenever Ben Kliewer shows up, it's always a party.
Hey!
If it's
All
socially
right.
distant.
And I'm Cheeseman on the couch, Cheeseman at the Tiki Bar tonight, and I have my little. Why do I have my red tiki? Because I'm here to have a good time as well.
And we also have, and forgive us for a little, this is the first time that the Con Guy has done this format of the show, but Ryan is keeping things running. Ryan, thank you so much for pulling everything together.
Absolutely,
Ryan
my
Nielsen in the
pleasure. Love you guys' show. It's
Hey,
obviously
hey.
a little different setup due to the coronavirus tonight.
All right,
We are all
first of all,
stepping
let
in.
me ask everybody, since we basically are, seems like we're in a national shutdown,
Yeah.
how is everybody, one at a time, but how is everybody doing right now? Katie, how are you doing?
Happy to be here, even though it's in a weird situation. But I'm happy that we can still do a show and provide stuff to everybody. It's a weird time, but we're coping. We all got
Yeah.
this. We can get this. So.
Ben, how's it going with you?
You know, my wife and I were eating dinner tonight. And she said, "This is all so weird." And I said, "Weird? You mean this worldwide pandemic that is unprecedented in our lifetimes? What's weird about that?"
Yeah.
But no, we've been staying inside. Yeah, it's strange. I've lost all 3 streams of revenue for myself, so I'm having to figure some stuff out. So,
That stinks.
Yeah, I
it's
get you on
frustrating,
that, Ben.
but the thing is, like, I know there are other people out there who have it much, much worse off than I do, and so I'm very grateful to be in the place that I'm in, where I have the opportunity to figure something out, even when I'm, in a rough place. And so my thoughts are obviously with people who don't have the same opportunities I do. So,
And hopefully that
It's
turns
gonna
around very soon.
Derek, how is life treating you right now?
Oh, I'm ready. That's to make sure I don't touch my face because I have a bad habit of that. But also, like, we're actually doing okay. It's nice. My wife and I are both able to work from home with our jobs. Crazy thing though, our bathroom ceiling collapsed today. A long slow leak finally that we didn't know about gave way, and so thankfully we have 2 bathrooms here in our home.
Cool.
So we're
That's
gonna use
crazy.
the other.
Hey, and last but not least, Cheeseman.
They were able to come.
Oh.
But it's just one adventure on day. Yeah.
Well, I am devastated, but at the same time, gonna celebrate St. Patrick's Days indoors because of the corona. But survival of
Yep.
the fittest, or the most
So-
Irish.
And Ryan, real quick, how are you guys holding together? Well,
I was like, I don't know if he's.
actually,
talking
No,
now?
wait. Hold on, I'm good. We are
There.
holding
Okay.
together pretty
There he
well.
is.
We've moved our studio into this house, and we are successfully putting up a lot of the shows We normally do popcorn talk shows as well, so psyched to be producing this one and being on the panel tonight. I just got to do a quick shout out just around the room. First off, the camera angles are on point, and I just got to look at Ben Kliewer, who, whenever he's around, it's always a party. Look at that frame, man. You got Star Wars posters,
Look at
still
that.
frames.
He's got the SNL lighting. It's like, and now your host.
Someone
from
does
SNL.
self-tapes.
Holy
Ring
cow.
light, perfect. Like,
Love it.
So we're doing well.
I love it.
And it's good that we have each other.
He's like a 10.5 with that lighting.
It's good we got each other, and I can't wait to hear all the news about the cons.
All right, and we're going to jump right
I'm
into
just showcasing my Lego collection. Yeah.
Okay. But we're going to jump right into it. And the first thing I want to say right up front is, although we are kind of having some fun, guys, we know that this is a very serious situation. I have some friends who are personally being affected by this. We have a friend who we are hoping and praying makes it through. He's been on a ventilator in the hospital for 7 days, and it may or may not be coronavirus related. We're just kind of hoping that he makes it. So this is a serious situation, but we kind of want to like talk about some stuff that isn't life or death tonight. We want to talk about some stuff which it may seem like life or death for those of us who love the Comic-Cons, though. But just real quick, before we start, I'm going to throw it to Katie in just a second. But 5 things. Always remember. Number 1, wash your hands often. 2, cough into your elbow. 3, don't touch your face. Don't touch your face. 4, try to stay at least 3 feet apart. 6 feet if you can do it. And number 5, if you feel sick, stay home. Don't go around people. Stay home. The CDC right now is recommending gatherings. I think it changed to no more than 10.
10, no more than 10.
Yeah, so it was 50. It was so it's going down. So I'm gonna throw it to Katie as I reach for an extension cord because my phone's about to die. So Katie is going to give us the update on a bunch of things that have been happening in the world of Comic-Cons. Katie.
All right. So if you guys follow us on social media, you've probably seen that we've been very active lately. And just as much as things have been changing with everything with this situation, so is the convention game. Last week, we all found out about a few cons getting canceled since our last show. Our last show, everything was still all was well for the most part. Ace Comic Con, which was supposed to take place in a couple weeks. I think I forgot what the original date was. It was supposed to be like next week or two. They announced a few days ago that they have rescheduled that convention. The new convention will be they haven't rescheduled that one, but they have their next event, because Ace does multiple conventions in the span of a year. The next event is October 16th through 18th, 2020. And that is the one I think it's the East Coast one. So they haven't rescheduled Ace Comic Con, but they're still promoting the one that comes next in October. So if you are wanting to go to an Ace Comic Con, they're pretty awesome. They're always very star-studded, like I said. Both Chris's were supposed to be there. Lots of people. So they're always like that. So the next one, I'm sure, will be even bigger and better given these circumstances. They're really going to want to bring it. Unfortunately, last week we also got the news that WonderCon has been, I forgot, is it canceled or they haven't rescheduled it yet, right? They just canceled it, right?
It has been postponed
They don't know till when.
with a to be determined rescheduled.
Yeah, so WonderCon unfortunately was postponed, it is a little bit earlier than announcement that I think anybody was expecting, just because it's still a month away. But yeah, they did postpone it, and I think they wanted to just get it done with and not have to worry about postponing things last minute, and still giving people time to plan lives around it. So unfortunately, that's just 2 major cons that have been canceled, as well as E3, which isn't until July, or was it June? June, right?
It was June, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So June, and if anybody is watching this or listening, it's E3 is the gaming convention that comes every year. It used to be a closed event, and it has been open to the public for the past couple of years. And they've had some pretty bad updates around people backing out prior to this, before the coronavirus hit. But they did decide to make the call to just cancel it. So that is not happening as well. Same with South by Southwest. I mean, there's a lot of events, and it's happening just more and more every day. So we'll keep you posted on the Con Guy website as we know more about other cons or reschedulings. And it's sad, but you know what? We all can get through this, and we're here to help you guys get through it. So.
Yep. So, Derek, you there?
Yes.
So, do you have the
Yes.
Katie went over, some of the biggies, but there's also a number of other ones that also were in the news as well. If you can kind of run through those.
Yeah, I was going to focus on some of these that are still happening so far. Let's see. I know Katie mentioned Ace Comic Con getting canceled, but let's see. MegaCon Orlando is scheduled for April 16th through 19th. And right now, that's still supposed to be happening, although each of these conventions that's still on has said on their website that they're trying to just see what the CDC says and take some extra precautions. But as long as MegaCon Orlando still happens, again, that's April 16th to 19th, some of the stuff to look forward to there is all 4 of the main actors who played hobbits in The Lord of the Rings are Sean Astin, Elijah Wood, Billy Boyd, and Dominic Monaghan are all on the guest list. Dave Bautista, Brendan Fraser, Christopher Eccleston, Billy Piper, Jenna Coleman, Stephen Amell, and Alicia Silverstone. So this is a big one. It's called MegaCon for a reason. Another that's still on right now is Phoenix Fan Fusion, which is scheduled for May 21st through 24th. And they have said that they are monitoring the situation. And that's one of those, they said they're going to take some extra precautions. Again, some of the guests include, again, Dave Bautista, Clark Gregg, and John DiMaggio, who's a voice actor, who's been in Adventure Time and tons of things. Let's see, another one, Florida SuperCon. So back in Florida, this is on originally scheduled for May 8th through 10th, has been moved to 4th of July weekend in Miami Beach. So right now that's still on, but of course they're observing to see what happens. Awesome Con D is May 1st through 3rd. Pulled out some additional measures they're going to do to make sure that they're keeping things clean, and just like a lot of businesses have been doing, wiping down door handles, etc. Some of their guests include Christina Ricci, and several others still planning to appear at all these things when they still happen. Fan Expo Dallas has said that they are postponed from March until June 19th through 21st. Their guest list again includes Billy Piper, Christopher Eccleston, Christopher Lloyd, and Christina Ricci again. So some of these actors who are still doing
Christopher Lloyd, all right.
Well, the shortened convention circuit, I guess. Yeah. And right now, Free Comic Book Day is still scheduled. It's on May 2nd. And of course, we'll see what happens in the next month and a half. But yeah, that's what's still happening. And I know Katie mentioned E3 getting canceled. The one company that was going to be involved in E3 so far has announced that they're still going to do their press conference that was going to be in conjunction with the convention. That's Limited Run Game. And they said they've got big stuff to announce, so they're still going to do it. Hopefully everybody plays that smart.
Yeah. Thank you, Derek. And about MegaCon Orlando, I heard that they were trying to they're trying to see what the theme parks in Orlando do before they make their decision. The theme parks are supposed to open up April 1st. And
April 1st.
And what's interesting is because they expect it to be so warm in Orlando, they don't, from what I understand, they don't know how the virus will have spread. They don't know if it will have already gone through, but they're really hoping that the heat will, mitigate there. I mean, this is not Jim saying this. This is just stuff that I'm reading. So make sure you keep on taking all the precautions. But I think that's
$30 round trip airplane tickets.
What? What are you talking about?
I think it's like 30 or 60 is all Frontier from LAX.
But anyway, so that's what MegaCon Orlando is looking at. And then I think the list that we have right here, it is not the comprehensive list of all cons, for the next few months. But right now, we tried to pick out every con we could find that was canceled right now, and let you know about it or postponed. But we will be updating this list throughout the week as we find out more about it. So, guys, Katie?
Sorry. I know I'm trying not to cut you off. I did forget to mention San Diego Comic-Con in my little spiel. For those wondering, the big one, San Diego Comic-Con, as of now, they have not made any steps towards postponing it or canceling it. In their notice that they said about WonderCon, they said they're of course still monitoring the situation, and at this time they're not taking any steps to do that. I do predict that they probably aren't going to announce the hotel sales until this goes down, because we have usually been registering for hotels around this time, if not earlier. So I'm assuming we're going to not really be getting that for a little bit.
Right,
So.
right. I know that some of the vendors have already secured their hotels for Comic-Con. And so those are being held right now. But like what Katie said, the open hotel sale will not happen right now under these circumstances. All right. So that's our list right now. Ben, we would like to throw it over to you right now with your wise pipe right there.
One second, did we say that Anime Expo is still happening on 4th of July weekend?
Yes, as of now, I believe so.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what Carrie Lane on her chat feed said.
Nice.
Good.
Thank you, Carrie.
Yeah. Thank you,
Okay.
Carrie.
Yeah,
By the
thank
way,
you, Carrie.
Carrie's a friend of the show. Hello for us. But like I was going to throw it to Ben.
Carrie.
Hey, Ben, let's talk through this for a little bit. What do you see like in the changing world of Comic-Cons right now? What is happening? What should people expect? What are your thoughts on how things progress these next couple of months?
Well, I think for the time being, as we're looking at this point, originally it was 2 weeks, then it was 4 weeks. Now we're looking at 8 weeks out. As far as working on any kind of vaccine, or, people throw around the word cure. There's not really a cure. But once we can have a vaccine in the mix, then there's a way to kind of have a grasp on exactly how this can go. People get the flu every year, and some people die of the flu. It's true. Not as many as there used to be, because we understand it more now. We have more research and vaccines for various strains of the flu. This is a different kind of disease, and so we don't have a vaccine for it yet. We don't know a whole lot about it yet. So that's just in the grander zeitgeist, in the grander scheme of things. That's how it's going to, it remains to be seen how it's going to affect the whole world. And then, of course, the con world, which is a microcosm within the greater world. So as far as we have right now, I'd say we need to be looking 8 weeks out. That's about 2 months. So what are we? Mid-March right now. That takes us about to mid-May. I'm really watching San Diego Comic-Con right now. I think that's going to be touch and go. The number 45 came out, the current leader of this country. Regardless of your opinion on him, he came out. He says, we might be able to have a handle on this by July or even August. Well, as we all know, that's a lot farther than 8 weeks out, and that's going to cover all of San Diego Comic-Con and then a little bit some after that. So, even if they do come out with a vaccine, or they've developed some kind of handle on the situation by July, you're going to have to make some sort of announcement about San Diego Comic-Con at least 30 days in advance, if not more in advance than that. So I'm thinking for the granddaddy San Diego Comic-Con, it's going to be touch and go here for a while. And I would not be surprised if San Diego, it's a huge economical thing for not only San Diego, but all the vendors and all the film companies that are going, participating in that. So it will be no small deal. But at the same time, with the way the world is right now, it's such a strange situation. As I said before, it's so unprecedented in our lifetimes. And really the modern era as we have it now, the digital era, it's a whole new kind of way to deal with something like this. 100 years ago, 200 years ago, 500 years ago, when they were dealing with global pandemics, the plague, et cetera, people weren't traveling as swiftly and easily as they are now. So it's it's a strange situation. So I would not be surprised to see more conventions getting postponed or canceled, or I don't think it's the worst idea for them to be like, what, we're just going to pack up for this year and we'll just have it again next year. Which is incredibly unfortunate, I can't remember if we mentioned this at the top of the show, but I know we've been wanting to mention this in the show. Friends of the show, such as Hero Within Clothing, this is hitting folks like them really hard, because a big part of their revenue stream to keep the company, not just to make them money and to give them a career, but to just keep the company alive and keep the company afloat. A big part of that comes from the convention circuit. Selling merchandise on site to people that are there with cash in hand. So it's a hard time. And like I mentioned before, I'm a creative. And, my 3 streams of revenue are entertainment industry, bartending, and driving Lyft. Everything I make money from is out right now. So I'm having to find different streams of that. So it's a tough time for everybody. And I think projecting out into, I'd even say if we're looking at September, October, to get back to any kind of sense of normalcy, if then, for convention.
I think I agree with you. Yeah.
Maybe Los Angeles Comic-Con, in October, maybe, or any of the October cons.
And I think we'll have an answer for Comic-Con by the time we do panel submissions and all that, because like people that are submitting panels and all that, I think that's probably in like April or May, and I'm sure we'll know by then whether or not they're planning on it happening.
I think I think San Diego Comic-Con will make their decision next month. I agree. I think that's what's going to happen. And Ben, you brought up something that we really want to hit on in the show right now. And this Comic-Cons are fun for all of us. They're great. They're exciting, but for some people, it's their lifeblood. It is their bread and butter. And you mentioned Hero Within, Tony Kim, who is a friend of the show. Can I just say this? I just want to read this. He sent out a letter today. He goes, our next show is scheduled for the end of May, but to be frank, I am not sure we will make it. While Hero Within remains one of my greatest passions, it's going to take a lot more than that to get through this difficult season. And so he said, like, if you guys have some orders online, buy from Tony Kim at Hero Within right now. There's one thing you can do. If you go to his site and get the Stand Together shirt. He's a very special shirt. It's all about the whole community coming together to stand against this coronavirus, and come together, stand together, support the little guys who are really making your Comic-Cons worthwhile. I know there's a couple of other people we wanted to mention as well. Derek, you had one?
I was going to mention Geeky Tees in Burbank. They don't show up at a whole lot of conventions. They're not always able to travel like that, but every small local business like this is getting hit. And they are actually doing curbside pickup. You can go and buy board games from them. Now, you can't go in and play test board games like they'll often let you do. But we're planning to go by tomorrow. And, well, we feel like we have to buy Pandemic because we don't own it. And we keep hearing the word. And now the game we should probably own. So we'll probably get that and another one just to support them. And also just in general, local restaurants. Anything that is independently owned, or even just a local franchise, they're going to be struggling now, and it's an easy opportunity. So many of them are stuck just doing takeout, and you can do that. And if not, you might be able to buy gift cards, gift certificates online. It doesn't hurt to look.
Right.
So Scum and Villainy Cantina down in Hollywood is a great nerd place, and I'm not sure if they are able to do takeout right now with some of the restrictions in LA, but I would certainly recommend trying to look into gift cards, gift certificates from them too.
Ben, were you going to jump in on that?
I was going to jump in. A way to support people looking for work as well is to order through Postmates.
Yeah.
That way the restaurant and the Postmate person can make a little bit of a living as well.
And Katie, you were mentioning somebody as well today.
Yeah, it's an artist who I found a few Comic-Cons ago now, I believe, called my Super Emo Friends. I have some of his art in my room that I pulled down. He does these pictures, which they're basically all characters, and they're like kind of saying something that's kind of sad but funny at the same time, kind of getting humor out of sad things, which it's hard. It's bad to laugh, but like this one says, "I'm not Zelda." So like it's Link saying I'm not Zelda, and then I have one I just showed my Weeping Angel one, so I know like Ben would think that one's funny. It's like, don't look at me. So it's like them being sad about something that is their fault or what people misrepresent them for. And I don't know if Ryan got the pictures I sent in, but there was he had a pin that was supposed to be debuting at Emerald City Comic Con. And unfortunately, because Emerald City Comic Con was canceled, he could no longer sell that pin there, and it is available to be shipped now. I was talking to him on Instagram earlier, and he was saying that he has orders ready to be shipped out. So you can go to his website, which is superemofriends.com, and that's where you can get the prints. And his prints are 3 for $60, and they include a frame. So it's a really cool little thing because most art does not include a frame, and it's really difficult to find frames from art sometimes. So I think that's just an awesome thing that he does. And he also has like the enamel pins and a lot of different cool things that you could do. And like these artists, like their livelihood is they go and they sell their art at conventions. So it is really hurting them as well. So if we can support them, every time a new convention shows up, I go and check out his booth because usually it's good for a good laugh. I laugh out of sad things, and we need to find joy in the sad things too. So I kind of feel like his art kind of speaks more right now than it does all the time.
Oh my
so
God.
That was that one. And
yeah,
hey, Ryan's showing it. Yeah.
I'm showing them all right now. My favorite one, hands
Yeah.
down. This is one of Walter Sobchak from Big Lebowski, holding a coffee can with STFU Donnie and him crying holding it. Absolutely amazing. Wow. Those are really cool.
That's the pin he released specifically for Emerald City Comic Con. And so it's just little things like that, and it's just great art. And I feel like a lot of people miss Artist Alley when they go to conventions, so I always try to tell people check out Artist Alley. So if you know small artists, you can also send them like by way of our social media, and we'll try to give them shout outs. I'm trying to do shout outs on our Instagram for those small businesses. And then I did have one more called the Con Rangers. If you guys follow us on Instagram, I shouted them out earlier this week. They do merit badges, like Boy Scout type merit badges for con related achievements. Like I wore heels all day, wore a different cosplay every day, got into Hall H, all these little things. And they're little patches, which I actually have some from Comic-Con, which I don't have with me at the moment. But it's kind of a cool little thing that I thought was fun to rep, like your nerd vest or your nerd fashion. And they're also based up in the up north of us, so they got hit by not being able to go to Emerald City Comic Con as well. So you can check out their website as well, and those little nerdy, super nerdy things that I kind of was super down for. So it's another one that you can check out.
Katie, that's awesome. Thank you for doing that. By the way, my phone died. I had to run downstairs. Also, you have a t-shirt company that you want to call out.
Yeah, a lot of us were good friends, and we've all had shirts from them. Monster Tees is a great friend of ours, and they've done a lot of awesome like shirts with classic monsters or classic 80s slasher like Jason, Freddy, and Michael Myers and all that. Like they have some really cool stuff. If you look up Monster Tees, TEASE.com, they have a lot of awesome stuff, and they're one of those companies as well we're really good friends with. And with Hero Within too, like, I mean, their clothing's really awesome because you can wear it to like a professional workplace, and they do like a lot of stuff with Marvel, DC, and all these different, and Star Trek, like they're doing a lot of stuff with Picard, but their stuff's amazing. And like a lot of these companies are awesome. Like I think anybody that would see this stuff would love it. So you really got to like check these places out.
Yeah, I just really feel for these guys. Like when Tony sent out his note saying that Hero Within is on the brink, they may not be making it through. I mean, I just feel like we need to rally the troops and kind of really let's support these guys. Also, something that we can also do. Katie was mentioning Emerald City, how that they got canceled, but if you go online, you can find a lot of the vendors are being promoted online. A lot of the exclusives are going to be available online from Emerald City, which is really cool. And right now for WonderCon, there's the hashtag WonderCon Online. Go to hashtag WonderCon Online. Our friends over at the San Diego Comic-Con unofficial blog have put together a list of all the vendors that were going to be at WonderCon. Find that list, go to hashtag WonderCon Online, go support those people. If we want to see, events like this continue. So I I'm gonna go get a shirt, the Stand Together shirt from Tony Cam as soon as we're finished here, and gladly wear that the next time we're together. Anything else, guys, as we kind of come towards the end of the episode this week?
Yeah, I just wanted to touch on, like, there's a lot of people who make their living on cosplay commissions as well, who are taking a massive hit as well. So if you know anybody who is a seamstress, who does cosplays, who does commissions, who has an Etsy page for specific props and stuff like that, also send them our way and also give them some support, because convention commissions, which I know Ben and I are going to have a cosplay show in a couple weeks, it's a big thing too. That's a lot of money, and some people, they dedicate their entire time to just sewing cosplays for people. And with no conventions to happen, people don't have the money to pay for those cosplays, but also don't have the conventions to wear them to. So you can find some way to order a cosplay from them. I know that makes a big difference in their livelihood as well. So.
All right. I have, by the way, 2 birthdays. I want to do a shout out to one, Andy Harrow, who watches our show. His birthday was this past weekend. He was going down to Disneyland, and Disneyland closed. Andy, happy birthday. Hopefully, my friend, the cons open back up. We will see you there. And number 2, Ryan Nilsson. Happy
Ryan.
quarantine birthday for the week.
Yeah, it's a heck of a birthday.
We'll send margaritas to your door.
Thank you. Yeah, that'll probably be what we're doing. Yeah, it's interesting, y'all. It's really changing a lot, but I know we're gonna pull through it. I'm really curious about So I was just in San Diego last weekend, and I was with my dad, and I was showing him around where we all went to Comic-Con last year. Had an amazing time. Was really like, oh my god, I cannot believe we were there.
Best time ever.
Best time ever. Oh yeah.
Best days of your life. Yeah. Okay.
I know this is early. This is early thinking, but I got to imagine, man. When this does clear up, because it will clear up, they will just, all these cons are going to be going all out. I really do think they're going to be pulling out all the stops. Everyone's going to come. Everyone's going to show up. Because I actually think this is also a bit of a wake-up call. And I'm just curious if any of you feel the same way. Like, I don't know if anything like this has really happened before with a lot of these cons. Obviously not at the same time, but I just know that maybe in the past that's been a thing. Whether it be like a New Orleans or, any other type of like natural disaster that's impacted an area that has a con, I think that we're going to see that come up in the air. Obviously far down the line, but I think it's something to also look forward to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Everybody's ready to have some fun after being a little stir crazy after a while.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I just don't want us to lose sight of the fact that they're really, we want these cons because they're fun. We love it. It's our passion. But let's always remember that there are people that are in harm's way. There are people that kind of need some help right now. I called my grandmother on her birthday this past week. My 95-year-old grandmother, wished her happy birthday, and she goes, they won't let anybody in to see me. I'm like, thank goodness. That's for your own good. That's a good thing. But there's a lot. Let's take care of the people that we need to take care of first and foremost.
Yeah.
Definitely. I completely agree.
Ryan, I hope that we get to see you back at San Diego Comic-Con this summer. If we don't, though, it's not going to be the worst thing. We live for San Diego Comic-Con. We live for these Comic-Cons. But it's not going to be the worst thing. I personally think that WonderCon possibly is being postponed to later in the year. What do you guys think?
Yeah, it's hard to say. Because we do have, I know what Ryan is on his radar is Star Wars Celebration.
Yes.
And so I think that's going to be a good deterrent of what it's going to be. How if that gets canceled, that's a little bit later as well. So that'll be a better idea of where WonderCon will get placed if that one gets canceled. So it's all up in the air at this moment. Things are changing every minute. So I just say, we'll keep you posted as much as we possibly can, and be here to help you cope with it. We're all needing each other to cope as well. So we're all sad too.
And it'll be back, and we'll be back.
And by the way,
We can
before we
make it through
leave
this.
tonight, by the way, thank you everybody thank you all the Con Guy team and Katie, the Con Girl. Thank you everybody for being on the show tonight. Ryan, thank you for putting it all together for us because we were thinking like, oh, Con Guy's on hiatus for a while. There's no way. But thank you guys. And also, today we are starting St. Patrick's Day in our own homes. I just want to say, cheers. Happy St. Patrick's Day to everybody. Have a good time this
And
week.
his mom could be watching. He doesn't do this.
I don't drink.
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
I don't drink in front of my mom. I just want to say,
Happy
guys,
St. Patrick's Day. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cheers to
I mean,
everybody here.
I'm obviously not celebrating in my own quarantine. You know,
But like Katie said,
I hate St. Patrick's
we're
Day.
going to keep you guys up
Terrible.
to date on all the changes and all the updates as we get them throughout the next
Yeah, definitely.
few weeks here. Go to the Con Guy.
Hey, Cheeseman, I
and
take
also
off your
go to
AirPods.
Popcorn, where I'm going to be doing some updates.
Yeah, I agree. All right, and with that, y'all, maybe we should go around the horn and just tell people where they can find you.
All right.
Let's start with Derek.
All right.
Hi, again, I'm Derek Sams, contributor to theconguy.com. You can find me on Twitter at ConGuyDerek.
Ben Kliewer.
I'll go next.
Or-
I was like, all right, I'll just go. Okay.
Katie.
I'm Katie, and you can find me on the doing this Instagram. Wow, sorry. Social media for the Con Guy, but also you can find me on other AfterBuzz shows such as Batwoman on Sunday nights, which was moved to Monday nights. So yeah, and we'll still be streaming from AfterBuzz, so you'll have to catch one of those shows too.
Perf.
Hey, everybody. My name is. Oh, sorry.
You're good.
Oh, cool.
Oh,
Hey,
hello.
everybody. My name is
Sorry.
Ben Kliewer. I hate you. You can find me on all social media at BENKLIE. I believe the correct spelling of my name is here. And I just want to say one thing. Remember, everybody,
Wow.
this is not the end of the world. The zombies aren't coming. The block and a half lines outside of gun stores confuse me. We can't shoot the virus, and please don't shoot other people. But use common sense, wash your hands, stay 6 feet away from people, don't go to crowded areas, et cetera, until we can get a handle on this as a world, as a country. And laugh. Remember, so unemployment insurance has been expedited. So if you have lost work because of this, please go apply for that. Also, if you happen to be a bartender or working in the service industry, the American Bartenders Guild, or the Bartenders Guild of America, has a relief program. There are other relief programs out there that you can apply to. So there is money that you can apply for if you're suffering from a hardship right now. And that's very important for all of us. And I think the thing is, if you have debts due, a lot of states are doing a moratorium on evictions because of rent, or power shutoffs, gas shutoffs, because you can't pay the bills. So just be vigilant in exploring what your options are right now for if you are suffering a financial hardship because of all the shutting down and everything that's going on. And that's affecting a lot of people. It's very important. So there are ways that you can go out and get help. So just remember that. Be vigilant. Do your research. You will be able to find it. You'll make it through, and you'll make it to the next con. I promise.
That's right. Oh. And I will. And my name is Jim, and you can find me at James D. Frye on Twitter. And if you guys know any casting agents that want to hire Ben, hire him. He is a great actor. Hire him now. All right, and Cheeseman.
And I'm Cheeseman on the couch. Cheeseman in the Tiki Bar right now, but you can find me on Twitter at CheeseOnCouch and on theconguy.com. And I will end with this, a quote from Terminator: "There is no fate but what we make for ourselves."
Yes.
So we will be fine, people, and we will make our own fate. We can do this.
That's right.
Love
Come on,
that.
sit on the couch all week. We can do this.
Woo!
All right, guys.
Bye.
From producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, and the entire Popcorn Talk Network, we would like to thank you for tuning in. For questions or comments, be sure to visit popcorntalk.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of the Popcorn Talk Network.